Today's video is going to be a dive through the different types of tax entities, and we're going to look at this through the lens of an individual starting their own small business and how they might be able to cycle through all of the different tax entities. And we're going to take stops and talk about the advantages and disadvantages. Maybe you're a person who is just starting their own business and you're not really sure what type of entity you should be. This video is for you.
And a lot of times we'll have clients come to us. They're brand new, they're self-employed, they're starting a new business. They don't know what type of entity they want to be. And somebody tells them, oh, go out and set up an LLC. You want to organize in Delaware. And they get a lot of bad information. So I think this video will really help clarify when you want to switch to a new entity type.
Yes. We're going to start at the beginning. Let's pretend in this example, you're a photographer. You're taking photos at weddings and it's a side gig. You're just doing it a few times a year. And you don't even know if this business is really going to do anything or continue past this year. Well, in this case, being a sole proprietor by default, you might want to stay as a sole proprietor. You know, you might have read online, hey, I need to form an LLC. I need to create a DBA. Maybe, but if you're just doing a side gig and you're not even sure where it's going to go, then you might not want to set up an LLC yet, because with the LLC formation, there are going to be filing fees, there will be annual franchise tax requirements, things like this that you might not be ready for if you're just starting off as a side gig.
Right. And once you set it up, you have to maintain it. And then if you decide your business isn't going to go, then you have to shut down that LLC or you get taxes and penalties.
Right.
Ongoing.
What does being a sole proprietor or a single member LLC mean tax-wise?
They are treated the same tax-wise. So this is another common misconception that creating an LLC is going to save you taxes. As a single member LLC or as a sole proprietor, you're treated the exact same in the eyes of the IRS, and that's as a disregarded entity. Your income and expenses for this business are reported on your personal tax return. And in both cases, you're subject to this Social Security and Medicare tax. The reason why you might want to set up a DBA and later an LLC might be if this side gig has started to really take off, and you can see this continuing year to year. Well, in this case, maybe it's time to create a DBA or an LLC. And the tax treatment will be the same, but the LLC formation, for example, will give you some benefits such as the limited liability, so some legal protection. The LLC will help your business have a little more credibility with potential clients as they see that LLC next to your business name. It can help you establish your business credit. So these would be some advantages of setting up the LLC. At some point, if your business keeps growing, maybe you have a friend that says, hey, I want to start helping you with this photography business. Let's do this together. I'm really good at video editing, right? So now you want to bring in a partner. Well, you started as a sole prop, you became a single member LLC, but now you want to add a partner. So now you become a multi-member LLC. So now you will file a partnership tax return. So with the partnership example, you've added partners to your LLC, making it a multi-member LLC. But let's go back and assume that you didn't want to add any partners. Instead, you had set up your single member LLC, but it really just took off and started to grow and grow. And now your net income from your single member LLC is in excess of $50,000. This is typically the point where we'd recommend filing an S election with the IRS and having your single member LLC taxed as an S Corp. Now, by being an S Corp, you get to split your business income into two buckets. We have another video that dives into this topic, but ultimately you can save yourself taxes by being an S Corp. The partnership could also elect to be taxed as an S Corp, and there may be reasons why a partnership would want to do that as well. We would recommend consulting with your CPA if you're in this partnership scenario and trying to decide what the next best move would be for you. If you're an S Corp, sometimes this is where the road will end for you, and there's no reason to think about C Corp. But the reason that you might want to consider the C Corp would be if you're looking to go public, if you're looking to add a lot of investors, If you're looking to maybe one day sell the business, there can be advantages to being the C Corp. But ultimately, the C Corp is taxed at the entity level. So it's the only one of these examples that is taxed at the entity level. In each of these other tax entities, it ultimately flows through or is taxed on your personal tax return. With the C Corp, that business income is subject to the 21% corporate tax rate. And then when the C Corp pays dividends out to its shareholders, those dividends are taxable to the shareholders on their personal returns. So with the C Corp, a disadvantage can be that you're experiencing that double taxation.
So you want to be real careful about which entity that you select, and don't just change entities. You know, maybe you're a partnership and you think, oh, I need to be an S Corp, and you did, because you really have to look at, you know, are you holding assets? How many partners do you have? Are you paying, you know, are different partners paying different expenses? So it's very specific to each business, and you really want to meet with your team before you make these elections.
Yes. It also will depend on whether you're doing real estate or something such as photography in our example. So the different business activity can also play a role in this decision.
Right.
So as you can see, there are many types of entities, and it makes a difference how your business is set up. So if you have questions, please leave comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We so appreciate you tuning in.